Welcome back everyone, let's take a look at the Retro Cup team that got me onto the leaderboards yesterday. I call it my try-hard team because it's a really strong, no-nonsense team with a little bit of spice, and it got me to rank 290 on the leaderboard with 3,335 elo. And I even went up against So Tactical. That's the first battle I put for you there, but stay on and watch all of the videos, they're very entertaining. This is the team. Lickitung lead to handle all the ghost and psychic types, and basically I have the two counter users in the back, Shadow Machamp, the spice, and Defense Deoxys as my safe swap. Handling, I put everything else because basically if you can get the ghosts and psychics out of the way, those two handle everything else pretty well. Shadow Machamp's role in this meta is more of a charger, which means if you can line it up properly with something it does super effective against or heavy neutral against, it will work wonders. It will work really well, and that's where it really shines. Defense Deoxys, as usual, a very good safe swap in any situation. And let's go. First battle here, So Tactical. This was a very close match, very entertaining match. Let's go. And he has a lot of spice, as usual. This isn't such a bad matchup. My lick damage is doing super effective on that Gallade, being part psychic. But I do have to watch out for close combat, and of course it's running Charm. And that Charm is just chunking a lot of damage off of my Lickitung. I call the Leaf Blade, so I didn't have to waste a shield. They bring in the Dugong, and this is what I mean by a charger. Shadow Machamp being a charger, if you can line it up properly. And this is, I think, what really helped me out in the match. I deliberately undercharged there because I don't want the Gallade or anything else coming in after and farming down energy on my Machamp, so I even let them get in a few free fast moves there to bring me down almost to 1 HP, and he brings in this Mantine, and it wasn't able to farm much energy because of what I did there. And my Defense Deoxys has a reasonably good answer to this with Rock Slide. He successfully got in the Ice Beam there. I really thought it was going to be Bubble Beam, but well done on his part there to get that Ice Beam through, and also to get me to shield this Bubble Beam, which I thought was the Ice Beam. But he actually helped me out a lot here by switching, which allowed me to switch and clear the debuff, and I brought back in the Defense Deoxys, got off a move, and got his last shield there. Now I can just farm down the Gallade and have a Psycho Boost ready to go onto the Mantine. But I think whether he shielded or not wouldn't have made a difference. I would have still been able to get to 2 Psycho Boosts and take out the Mantine in any case. So here we go. Look on the right there for the IVs and the ratings of each Pokemon. On the left I have the movesets of each of my Pokemon. So here we go, I switch into the Defense Deoxys to handle this Medicham. Now this is a very tricky situation. Medicham can actually win this matchup here, depending on what movesets it's carrying, if they decide to commit shields. Because Rock Slide is resisted, and Psychic only does neutral damage. Psycho Boost only does neutral damage. So I'm just going straight Psycho Boost. Before I use my first Psycho Boost, I charged up to 100 energy. That is to get the most out of my counter damage, because Psycho Boost debuffs your attack. So I don't think this move will kill me, and I'll be able to counter down. It's just an Ice Punch, be able to counter them down. Now my Defense Deoxys is greatly debuffed, so I had to switch there. It made no sense staying in and let that Frostlass farm down energy. So it's okay if they line up this Primeape onto my Lickitung. Lickitung can still do a lot of damage. Now it's going to take out my Lickitung. I have to bear in mind that it has energy stored up, so I'm going to use my Defense Deoxys as a meat shield to just soak up that energy before I bring in my Machamp. Now Machamp, both of us have 2 shields. Shadow Machamp against Frostlass. This is the ultimate example of how well Shadow Machamp does against Frostlass in this meta. Let's go. Shadow Machamp is so spammy and has a lot of fast move pressure. Even though fighting only does neutral damage against the Frostlass, the shadow damage adds that little bit extra that allows it to completely destroy Frostlass. I'm able to get to this last cross drop here, and one counter and it's down. Good game. Shadow Machamp is a Pokemon I have not seen much of in this meta, and it's really underrated, I think, and no one has really put out any videos or anything much about it as far as I've seen. So I think this is a good chance for you all to see how well it does. So look at this match here. Lickitung against Medicham isn't too bad. Lickitung taking super effective damage from the counter but giving back super effective with Lick. And Body Slam is very spammy. Lickitung can even win this matchup, as we see here, with 1 HP left, and my Lickitung's IVs aren't that good. And they switch out the Zangoose, bring in the Frostlass, hoping that will make a difference, but it won't. As we saw in the previous match, Machamp destroys Frostlass. But I do agree, yes, it is a better matchup against Shadow Machamp than the Zangoose. Zangoose is extremely glassy, so it probably would have taken 2 counters to take it down with Shadow Machamp. Not 2, but maybe about 5 or 6. And let's see what happens here. This Frostlass is definitely going down. The Zangoose does have a lot of energy stored up, and it does have Night Slash. It needs 2 Night Slashes and a few fast moves to take out my Defense Deoxys. That won't be enough because it's already very low on energy. So these matches weren't taken from one particular set. They're just taken from different sets, just to showcase to you some of the better matches that really show you how well this team does. Like I said, it got me up to more than 3,300 elo and very high on the on the leaderboard. Now, the good thing about having Lickitung in the front and Defense Deoxys switch means that if anyone has Cresselia in the back, or a Hypno, or any of the other psychics like Mew, if I switch into my Defense Deoxys, it'll be sure to bait them out, which would leave the Machamp safe in the back. The only teams I think that would really pose a problem for my team are double psychics in the back, like if they had a Cresselia and a Medicham. That would be really hard for my backline and for my front line as well. Medicham does well against Lickitung as well. Also, if they have double Ghost in the back, that will be a problem for my backline. So those 2 teams, double Ghost in the back, double Psychic in the back, really pose a problem here for my team. Apart from that, but I haven't seen that many much teams like that, generally speaking. So let's look at this up against Frostlass again. All these Frostlass coming up against my Shadow Machamp. Don't know what's coming to hit them. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, so I'm going to shield and just farm down some more energy on this Frostlass here. It's a Zangoose. Yeah, the Zangoose with 1 shield. Gonna get the shield and take it out here. I think. Yes. Was able to get to 2 cross drops. So you can see how well Shadow Machamp does in this meta as a charger. Once you can line it up properly and charge a Pokemon down with it, it'll help you a lot. Another Medicham lead here. Of course, I don't switch out of Medicham leads because only one of my Pokemon in the back does well against it. So it's better to just leave the Lickitung in and do as much damage with it. As you saw in the previous match, Lickitung can actually win this lead. Even if it doesn't, I just bring in my my Defense Deoxys after, and just farm down a lot of energy on that Medicham. Well, they only have 1 HP, so I can't farm down the energy, but at least the Medicham's out the way, and I doubt they'll be running a Psychic in the front and a Psychic in the back. And I can bring out my Shadow Machamp here against this Swampert. Shadow Swampert. And it's always good when you get in a free counter against a Swampert. That changes the whole matchup. Of course, I'm going to shield all of those Hydro Cannons because I want to preserve my energy. Shadow Machamp with an energy advantage is very dangerous. And look at what it is. It's a Dugong in the back. A Dugong, which stands no chance against a Shadow Machamp with energy. A complete sweep of the back by my Shadow Machamp. Let's go. What do we have here now? Lickitung versus Lickitung. Generally, I don't stay in. In this match, I'm just going to use a Body Slam and then switch, but I find it's better to just switch immediately. Don't let that other Lickitung get any energy stored up. So I think I switch here, yeah, switching to my Defense Deoxys and see what they have in the back. I doubt they're going to stay in. They're probably just going to use this to chip some energy off my Defense Deoxys and switch into... they're not switching as yet. Let's see. Okay, well, most people tend to switch out, but this person did not. Probably what they have in the back is weak against the counter users. Or against Defense Deoxys in general. It's another Defense Deoxys, so I really don't know why they stayed in so much with their Lickitung. And so Lickitung does better against Defense Deoxys than Shadow Machamp, obviously because of the lick damage and the considerable bulk. So I'm able to line up my Pokemon wonderfully here. Lickitung on the Defense Deoxys and Shadow Machamp on this poor Vigoroth that is going to get countered down. Better I counter down, commit 2 shields, counter down, build up a ton of energy, and unleash it on the Defense Deoxys. I'm definitely going to burn 2 of his shields here, and get in a little extra damage, and then my Lickitung can come in and finish. And so as usual, thank you all for watching the video. Like and subscribe to the channel for more great content in the future. I hope this showcase here really gave you some good ideas on how you can improve your game in the Retro Cup. And all the best in your own Retro Cup battles and your road to legend, those who are still trying to make it. And I'll see you soon in the future for more videos later.